Hello, dreamers, and welcome back. So this is going to be Taurus, Gemini, Cusp reading for the next 3 to 4 weeks. There is this energy, and I keep looking back. It's like a mutual feeling. So there, I've been trying to avoid like love readings because I want to do those separately, but this is definitely picking up like that love vibe type of energy, but there's something here that is mutual. So when we think about like mutual feelings or energies that are mutual between either people or a person and like, let's say, spirit or whatever it is, it's like that is the energy that I'm picking up. It's there's something that you want to go forward towards, some type of offer that you either want to make or you want to receive. But it's like you and the other party involved are on the same place, same frequency, if you may. This can be in regards to work. This can be in regards to like a romantic relationship or something like that. But there's some type of like um, partnership, I want to say, that wants to take place, and both of you are coming from the same place and both of you are wanting the same thing. So whether this is in love or whether this is platonic, like if you're trying to go in business with somebody or something of that matter, this is something that is going to be fruitful. This is something that is going to grow, that it is going to be successful. So the path towards that looks completely clear. There doesn't seem to be any obstacles in the way. Now, I am going to say as a side note, for those of you that this is in regards to a relationship, be very aware, because there's somebody, the person that you're dealing with has a third party situation. And before you go ahead and be like, I don't know, listen to what I have to say, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's somebody else that they're dealing with. This can be an ex, or this can be a family member, or this can be their job, where it's almost kind of like if it's your job, it does take priority, or has been taking priority, because this person hasn't found like their match, right? So there is balance there that is required, that needs to be worked on. And if this is an ex or a family member, there is somebody that tries to kind of get in the middle whenever this person tries to move on, or whenever this person tries to have a relationship. So just be aware of that if your case has anything to do with relationships. And again, we'll look more into that when we do the love readings. This is a very good time for you guys to really get yourself kind of like almost realigned. And what I mean by that is getting yourself back to a place where you feel like you're in control of you, right? And this is like remembering to like drink your water, remembering to get like, have some active time, remembering to take like that self-care time and things like that. A lot of you have been prioritizing work and things outside of yourself for like the past 6 months or so. And I get it, especially now with the holidays coming in and things like that. People kind of get a little, distracted, because it's like, I gotta go shopping and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. It's like, yeah, you have to do all of these things. So you tell yourself you have to do all of these things, but what you have to do is take that time for yourself. So in order to allow, let's say, this season of the holidays and this next month to kind of flow for you, make sure that you're taking at least like 15-30 minutes a day to do something that is just for you. Whether that is just freaking laying in bed and staring at the freaking ceiling for like 5 minutes, whatever it is. But whatever it is that feeds you, feeds your soul, that lifts your spirits up, that is what is basically trying to come through. These weeks, upcoming weeks or whatever, are going to be very, there's kind of like this lighthearted energy coming through, like this. And when I say flirtatious energy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're flirting with a lot of people, but it's, you know, like when you flirt with somebody, you're kind of like just like allowing yourself to kind of like feel yourself, right? You feel like you either feel very sexy or very handsome or very whatever, and you're like standing in your power type of energy. And that's what I mean, like this flirtatious energy, where it's almost kind of like people are looking at you and it's like, ooh, there's something about you guys that is like making people gravitate towards you. So maybe this is a reason why you're being asked to make sure that you're taking care of you, because this is going to be a season or a time for you where maybe a lot of people want to be around you, a lot of people want to do things, make plans with you and things like that, and it's like, make sure that you're not sacrificing your plans with yourself for someone else. And that you continue, or that you begin to prioritize yourself above everything, or above, you know, others, let's put it that way. There, for those of you, and this is a very selective few of you, that had felt or have been feeling disconnected from spirit, or disconnected from society, or from those around you, there is this energy of like that being worked through. And I keep hearing like, don't try to rush anything. Don't try to rush anything. Sometimes this, and personally, again, I'm talking from my own personal experience, this is not applied to everyone. There are times where I myself, regardless of what I do, I feel disconnected. And it's not necessarily that I am disconnected, it's just there's something that spirit wants my attention on, right? Whether it's to learn something new, whether it's to study something, whether it's to whatever, and I either am dodging it, or I am ignoring it, or I'm trying, like, you know, to push it aside. And it's kind of like, all right, this is where your attention should be at this moment. And until I don't direct my attention, right, to where it is the spirit wants it, I do feel like almost kind of like disconnected, even though I am not. So for those of you that are in that space, it's not necessarily that you are disconnected, because you can't really be disconnected from spirit, right? We are part of spirit. So it's almost kind of like there may have been something, there may have been a seed or something that may have been planted in you a while back, that maybe you really didn't go forward with, or that you really didn't pay attention to, if that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else that wants to come up for you guys. But this month is pretty smooth for you guys that are in this energy of like mutual energy, whether it is with your co-creating with spirit, or partnering up with someone else. Make sure again that you are okay. And this is I think this is the main reason why you're being told to make sure that you take that time for self-care, because if you don't, okay, there is this energy of like almost being on edge, and almost kind of like being on guard, and this energy is coming from stress. So when we overextend ourselves, right, when we try to overdo it, whether that is overcommitting ourselves with friends and families, or overcommitting ourselves at work, or whatever it is, there's only so much that our nervous system can actually handle before it kind of just like whoosh, shuts down, right? And a lot of the times when our nervous system, and again, this is my own personal experience, when my personal nervous system is starting to get to its limit, I start to notice that I would start to get agitated. I start to snap at people a lot more, snap at myself a lot more. So this is kind of like it's almost kind of like a gauge of like you're getting to that warning spot where your body can shut down in one way or another, right? A lot of people, when they're extremely stressed, they end up getting sick. You know, they feel like they have the flu, or they lose weight, they gain weight, they break out, they're in pain, they're in this, they lose their hair. Like there's so many different things, and it's because again we are sometimes not listening to the little cues that our bodies are constantly showing us, are constantly giving to us in regards to managing that stress level. So self-care during this time is very important for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's see what is your final message. your commitment is being tested. So, and again, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why am I being tested? No, it's not a bad thing. Whenever our commitment is being tested to spirit or to something that we told ourselves, or we told spirit that we were going to go ahead and move forward with, it's actually a good thing, because it allows us to be accountable, and it allows us to really reflect on what it is that we have been doing and what we haven't been doing. So for those of you that are feeling kind of like this little disconnect energy, reflect on what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or reflect on what it is that you said that you were going to be doing, that you have not been either given 100%, or that you haven't actually started doing. And I feel that if you allow yourself to be brutally honest with yourself in that space, you'll feel the connection to spirit that has always been there. Well, guys, that is all that I have. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.